What's good? Welcome back to Cray Cray TV. The mistress that killed the pastor in Memphis, but she was trying to kill herself. I don't understand, especially when you shot 5 times, probably 6. Lady is crazy. I don't get it. Let's get into it.
He didn't have his hands in his pocket, and I was like, "What was that with you having your hands in your pockets?" And at that time, he told me it was because he was trying to maintain his professionalism.
Was that the first time that you had any indication that he might be interested in you?
That was the first time.
Did you proceed to start with the second counseling session?
We did.
What happened after you started the counseling session?
As I was talking and sharing, Brodus reached over and grabbed, I had a 2-arm chair, and he pulled me toward him and began to passionately kiss me. And from there, in that session, we did have sex for the first time.
And the first time that you
Were you proud of that encounter?
In hindsight, no, but at that time, he was giving me everything that I had been missing for a long time.
So
Did you know that he was married?
I did.
Did you know his wife?
I had, at that time, I had seen her at church, but didn't know of her.
You got to know her better later?
Yes.
How did you feel about the fact that Brodus was married?
At that time, honestly, I did not think about it. There were times whenever we would be on trips, he would make mention of, "Oh, we can't do that until you get a divorce," or "We can't do this until you get a divorce."
Now, I want to talk to you about your relationship with Brodus Perry, okay?
But he's married. He's married, but he's rushing you to get a divorce. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
After y'all had sex, did Brodus give you any particular instructions?
Yes.
Instruction.
He immediately.
My red flag. Every time this motherfucker don't make sense, I'm waving the red flag.
That you had to use that app to talk to him?
Most definitely. That was our main form of communication as the relationship went on. If he wanted to use a different form of communication, like an email or maybe even direct messaging, he would then tell me, go to this platform or go to that one. But it was not, if I was to reach out to him without him reaching out to me first, I had to use a Confide app.
Did he set any other rules for your relationship?
Yes. As far as it came to trips that he wanted me to go on with him, I was the one who had to pay my way as far as airfare or travel. And then he would, his words would, he would then take care of the rest, meaning that I would have somewhere to stay. When I was in the hotel rooms, I was to stay naked. I couldn't have on any clothes. I had to, and the only way I would have clothes on is if, we were getting ready to go out. But other than that, when in the hotel room, I had to be naked.
How would you describe y'all's relationship at the beginning?
At the beginning, it was, I'm gonna have to say, amazing. I felt beautiful. He showed me so much attention. We did all kind of things together. It was, even we gelled intellectually. It was a great relationship.
Everything that you didn't have before?
Everything I didn't have before. Even to the fact I show up in my office and he had me a dozen of roses sent to me.
Her husband must have just been a simp ass, lame, that wasn't a freak. He probably just wasn't a freak. That's all you was missing, probably, was a freak. Cause I don't understand. You was paying for shit. You was paying for cigars, memberships. This nigga had you paying his debt. He married. He want more women other than you and his wife. He letting that be known, letting it clearly be clear. He put that shit on the table. I don't get it. He told your ass to go find somebody else. Basically letting you know, bitch, get gone.
Everything that I wanted, everything that I even shared with him that I didn't have, he was giving it to me. Talking about the watcher. So that was 3 months.
Was that a different trip than the birthday trip that you took where you had the threesome?
Yes, that was a different trip.
Okay. Did the threesome birthday trip happen while y'all were together or before?
It happened while we were together.
Did you know that he was going to do that?
The threesome trip in Cuba?
No, when he went and paid for the threesome.
Oh, that was well before I knew him.
Okay.
You just see while we was together.
At any point, did you watch him and Tabitha have sex?
No,
Was Tabitha ever invited to watch you and Brodus have sex?
no,
Were you comfortable with the concept of a watcher?
no,
Was Brodus persistent about a watcher?
very much so.
Explain that for me.
Everywhere we went, he would even text me and say, "Hey, you need to find us a watcher. Find us a watcher." And so I got to the point I was like, if I can find somebody, hopefully I can get him to stop. So I asked a friend of mine if she would do it for us, and she was like, "If I do, we taking it to our grave." He had me to tell her to download Confide, and we were able to dialogue 3-way, and the things that he was asking her to do, she just backed out.
Did that whole thing make you very uncomfortable?
Very much so.
Why were you willing to even entertain it?
I wanted to make him happy.
So now I want to talk to you about
What I thought was gonna be lovemaking was not that night. As I was performing oral sex on him, he began to thrust himself inside my mouth really hard. And I told him that was hurting. Then he grabbed my hair. I had long hair, and he wrapped my hair around his hand and he started yanking it. And when he wasn't thrusting himself in my mouth, he was pulling my hair really hard. And with his other hand, he would just hit me and hit me and hit me. And I was like, "It's hurting." And he was like, "You better not bite me. You better not bite me."
So he was hitting her while it was in her mouth. So it's probably stabbing her throat, right? Am I tripping?
And after that, we had sex, and it was just rough, and it was hard, and it was just not what I was used to. And then once we finished, something he never ever does was he rolled over and just gave me the cold shoulder, and I was like, "You're not gonna hold me?" And he was like, "No," and just went to sleep.
how did that make you feel?
I felt so used.
Well, you been used.
Did that affect you emotionally?
Yes. I was just like, what has always happened to me?
Always happened to you? Like,
Did you
she got so low self-
decide anything when you were in that emotional state?
I had made the decision that I was going to kill myself in front of him because I just wanted him to feel the pain that he was causing me. So when we got in the room, he was already in there by the time I parked and got in. And I told him I was gonna kill myself.
What did he do?
He began to tell me no, and he kept saying that he loved me and that we can fix it. And I was just like, "No, you're treating me so bad." And he was just like, "That's not, I love you, I love you." And eventually he talked me into putting the gun on the counter and coming over and sitting there talking to him.
Did that restore a reason for you to live in that moment?
It did.
Was this the first time that you had gotten to the point of hopelessness, that you felt like you needed to kill yourself?
Not in a relationship, no.
What is that?
This is the note that I wrote to my family.
Your Honor, I'd ask that that be made the next numbered exhibit. In objection.
I'm sorry that I have let you down. I tried my best to be the person you all thought I was. I tried to be the person you could.
Meanwhile, she's still with us. Okay.
Jacksonville might be about a 20-minute drive from my home. And the reason why I chose that was because that's where Brodus was. He wasn't from Jacksonville, Arkansas, but the Jacksonville part of it was attached to him. And the name of the park was Johnson Park, which was attached to my second ex-husband. And then Ray Road, my daddy's middle name was Ray, so
Come on, bro.
I just associated with all the pain from the men in my life, and so that's where I was gonna go.
What happened while you were driving to Johnson?
So then I was like, go talk to him, Tasha. Just go let him see you. Go see why. And that's what I did. I just drove so I can see him face to face and hope that I can get something from him besides the fact that he broke up with me with a disappearing text. And as I was driving, he did text me, and as he was telling me that he still loved me. So I was trying to just figure out what was going on. I went down to where I knew he would possibly be, which was a lounge.
Just to back up for a second, when you went to the gun store to buy the gun to kill yourself, what did you take with you?
Just my license and my debit card.
Where
at home?
Did you bring just after you finished purchasing the gun, right?
Yes.
How did you select the gun?
I was the names and the prices, and I just chose the cheapest one.
How did you select ammunition?
Whatever the guy told me to get, I got it. Cause I was about to walk out the store he was like, do you need ammunition? I was like, oh yeah. And so he told me whatever he recommended, I was like, yes.
So you mean to tell me if he didn't tell her or remind her, do you need ammunition? She probably would have went on a dry run. That man at that gun store probably felt terrible. Like she was probably gonna take that long ass drive and not have no ammo, and it probably would have been too late to buy ammo.
What did you do with the gun?
I think it was still in the bag. I went home because I did wanted to leave my son something. So I had stopped at the ATM and got out whatever money I could get. And so when I got home, I put that in his room, and then I got on the bed.
What did you do with the handful of bullets in the gun?
Once I got in my car, because I was trying to hurry up and leave because I didn't want him to come home while I was there, I loaded the gun in my car. And once whatever was left over, I put everything into my coat pocket that was sitting in the passenger seat.
Now, when you parked downtown, where did you go?
I started walking in the direction which I knew the lounge was. And once I got on the street, I started walking up the street, and I actually saw Brodus coming out of the lounge, and I walked past him.
Were there any rules in your relationship regarding how to behave when you saw him in public?
Yes, I was not to approach him because I never knew who he may have in his company, so I was not to approach him, but if he acknowledged me, then I could have, talk to him.
Did you come within his sight?
Yes.
Did he acknowledge you?
Yes.
You actually walked right?
I walked past him, And so he said, so you're just gonna walk past me and not say anything?
At that point in time, did y'all engage in a conversation?
Yes.
After you talked,
That was strike number one. He should have never said nothing to her. He told her, your time is up. He should have let her time be up. That was dangerous. That was strike number one. I let all of the other sneaky stuff he did, you know, I gave him passes with that. But when you ended it with her, you should have let her keep walking past you.
You still haven't told Tab. You've always said something about telling Tab, so we haven't told Tabitha. And he said, okay, we'll tell Tabitha. He told me to go to the apartment and just talk to her about tennis until he got there, and that once we
Talk to her about tennis. Drive 2.5 hours away to go talk to my wife about tennis until I get there.
he was there, we would tell her. He had to go to his boss house to drop off something. And so he gave me a backstory as to what to tell her if she asked me while I was in town. And we left. But before leaving, we came to the resolve that once we told Tabitha about the relationship, we had a trip that was planned to go, we was going to Kentucky. If she said yes, then that would be a new start, a fresh start. But if she said no, then that would be the trip that we would end.
did Brodus indicate to you that he was going to tell Tabitha while y'all were at the apartment
Yes,
about your relationship?
yes.
And what would have happened, or would you have been allowed to tell Tabitha without his okay?
I didn't know.
What, would you have been able to continue a relationship with Brodus if you had done that?
No.
So I want to talk to you then about when you left downtown, okay? Where did you go?
I put in the address that he had given me, and so that address did say Collierville. I didn't know how far away it was or anything. I just placed it in the GPS.
Do you remember what time?
When you put it in a GPS, it told you how far away it was. And you could make that decision if you wanted to drive 2.5 hours away. Am I the only one?
Time you arrived at the apartment?
I know it was late. I just remember when we were there and we were talking, I remember the news coming on.
Probably around 9 o'clock?
Yes,
So you left Little Rock, Arkansas at approximately 5 o'clock, right? And drove to downtown Memphis, right?
yes, yes,
That takes about 2.5 hours?
yes.
How long would you say that you were talking with Brodus?
We talked for a while because I remember the valet pulling the car up a ways and getting out, and just because he was sitting in there waiting on him and we never did, so he just pulled it up and we continued to talk.
So then you left downtown, it was dark,
Yes,
drove to Collierville.
yes.
What did you do when you arrived at the apartment?
I circled around because I couldn't, it was dark and I really couldn't see like numbers or anything. So I circled.
I'm a little confused. I might be mistaken. Maybe she drove 2.5 hours away to see him, and then wherever his wife wasn't that far away from wherever he was. But either way it goes, you still drove 2.5 hours away for this man when you already decided you was about to go to this park that symbolizes this man and other men in your life to off yourself. So I'm trying to figure out why you doing all of this other stuff. You trying to prove that you did all of this planning to hurt yourself. You didn't want to hurt nobody else. It ain't adding up, man.
And I shared with him that I was a little nervous and could we just go somewhere and talk? And he said, no, we're going, you wanted to talk to Tabitha, we're going to talk to her.
He cold.
Did he answer every time you called him? Or you walked inside, was there a time you called him and he didn't answer?
Fuck all that.
And knocked on the door.
Were you wearing your coat?
Yes.
When did you put on your coat?
When I got out of the car to go to find him at the lounge.
Is that when you were walking around downtown at night by yourself?
Yes.
Did you ever take your coat off after leaving downtown?
No. I was a little hopeful. I was like, okay, maybe, we can get some resolve. That's what I was focused on.
And when he insisted on telling Tabitha, did you get even more hope?
Yes.
Did it register to you that you had a gun in your pocket?
It did not.
Did you go to the apartment?
I did.
What did you do when you got to the door?
I knocked on the door. And I can't remember, but I ended up bending down. And that's when she said, I'm not going to open the door for someone I don't see. And so I knocked again. And that's when she was like, Tasha, is that you?
What do you mean you bent down?
I don't know if, I couldn't remember if it was time or sure or something. I just remember bending down, which is why she didn't see me when I knocked the first time.
You just don't remember?
No, I don't, yeah.
I don't think she wanted her to see her. That's just my opinion. I don't think she wanted her to see her.
Who answered the door?
Tabitha.
What did she do when she answered the door?
She, once she opened it, she embraced me and said hello and welcomed me in.
Did you go inside?
I did.
Where did you go when you went inside?
She positioned for me toward the couch, and she sat on one end and I sat on the other.
And that would be Your Honor, if I may, the exhibit. Is this the couch and Tabitha was seated on this side?
Yeah. Yes, we talked. We talked about tennis, but right before we kind of got into the tennis talk, she had made a phone call to Brodus.
And what did she say to him?
She told him, she asked how long it was going to be before he got there. And then she told him she had a surprise for him.
When Tabitha let you into the apartment, did she close the door behind you?
Yes.
You and anybody outside of the apartment have been able to see in through that door?
No.
How long did you sit talking with Tabitha?
Again, I know the news ended up coming on, so.
Did you pull your gun out and threaten Tabitha?
No.
At any point, did you verbally threaten Tabitha?
No.
At any point, were you trying to hurt Tabitha?
Not at all.
Were you happy to be there about to have this conversation with Tabitha?
Yes.
Was Brodus there yet?
No.
Now I want to talk to you about when Brodus Perry arrived, okay?
Okay.
When he walked in the door, could you see him?
Yes.
Can you describe his demeanor when he saw you?
When he came in, he didn't look surprised or anything, which is what I thought he would do since he knew I was going to be there. But he was just like, I think Tab was like, surprise. And he was like, this not a surprise. I thought you had some keto cookies for me.
Ain't no wife gonna say surprise about a woman from the church making a surprise visit. If you're a Black wife, you know she was trying to be funny. Don't play. I'm not a country girly, but I know Black women, and we got a way of saying things to make it clear that we oh, bitch, we got company, but surprise. Trying to see what your reaction gonna be. And he acted how he wanted his wife to feel like, ain't no motherfucking surprise. They ain't my bitch. Where my food at? What we talking about? She ain't supposed to be here. Who the fuck she doing here? Fuck out of here, Brodies.
And from there, he was like, "What are you doing here?" And then I went with the story again that I was in town for a conference, and we just kind of started engaging in small talk. He came and sat beside me, and then after about a minute or so, was like, "Would you like a pour?"
What is a pour?
A pour is some bourbon.
Did you accept the pour of bourbon?
I did.
Where was Brodus seated?
He was approximately a foot or two from me.
I'm putting back up from the cumulative exhibit.
That blue chair.
This.
He came back and sat down, and as we were talking, he would make references to me drinking and would say, "Well, I think you're gonna have to stay the night." So I'm thinking, okay, well, this is about to get into this conversation. But he never would give me eye contact. But he would continue to make, it's like, we have to clean out the bed in there because it has a lot of clothes on it. And, but I'm still looking at him to get, like, to see where you going with this. But he never did lead into the conversation.
Those are the clothes Brodus was talking about?
Yes.
When he was talking about clearing off the bed, you sleeping over, did you think that was his jumping off point to talk to Tabitha?
I thought so.
You were gonna leave.
Yes.
Why did you decide to leave?
I saw that it wasn't going anywhere. Like I said, he was not giving me eye contact. So I knew, or I felt like he had changed his mind. And she began to walk toward the door. And I asked him, would he walk me out? He said no. And I said, why not, sir? That's Southern hospitality for you to walk a woman outside when it's dark. Because I wanted to just get him to see, like, what happened. Why didn't you follow through? But he refused to walk me out. So Tabitha opened the door and was walking out. I was still trying to get him to walk me out. And as I reached into my pockets to get my keys, I remember being outside the door, and then the next thing I was standing in their kitchen.
Do you deny that you shot Brodus Perry?
I do not.
Do you deny that you shot Tabitha?
I don't, but I know it wasn't intentional.
Did you mean to shoot Tabitha?
No, I wasn't trying to hurt anybody.
But you said
When
you
you
were
went
gonna hurt
to that
yourself.
apartment that day,
I'm
did you
confused.
intend to use your gun on either Brodus or Tabitha?
No.
When you went there, what was your purpose in going there?
Thinking that I was gonna get some kind of ending to the relationship.
And what do you mean?
Like, okay, of course, after I got to, talking to him at the lounge, we had a plan. It was either gonna be a start or an ending, but it was something that I could see, like I knew it wasn't just a disappearing text but still, I love you, So I went to the apartment, I guess, for lack of a better word, to get some resolve.
Did you have hope, given that Tabitha was open to the open marriage?
I was nervous about that because, like I said, he had told me she had these rules about not nobody that you know and things like that. So I'm like, she knows me. So I don't know what that was gonna be like. I didn't even think about anything beyond that.
And that you became friendly with, right?
Correct.
How did you balance that with having an affair with her husband?
It was very hard. She, like, we started off, she had approached me to invite me to lunch. It came out of nowhere, and I didn't know, like, what was really going on, because by this time, Brodus had been talking about us being sister wives. And so when she asked me, I was a little confused because I'm like, okay, has he talked to her about it? But she never said anything about our relationship. Even when we began to play tennis, it was her who initiated it. So it was uncomfortable for me, but we were friendly. And it was hard, but I still did it because I wasn't going to tell her because I love Brodus.
If I was the wife, I'd be mad as fuck at both of them and whoever else she probably caught up with and found out about. For the simple fact of, bitch, you got the chance to shoot my husband 5 times. I couldn't sneak one in and throw you the gun back. That's what the fuck I be mad about. I want to know that they have kids. I don't think they had kids together. But the wife, I understand it's been some years. But when she was speaking on it, did her testimony, the wife was too calm for me. But she probably got her insurance money and chilling, like, you know what? Because ain't no way in hell I'm chilling with the church lady, a church sister, thinking she was just, coming to visit. Next thing I know, she's shooting me and my husband. Yo, this is not real. That shit don't make no motherfucking sense. Like I said, if I was the wife, I'd be mad as fuck. Like, yo, bitch, let me at least kick the bitch one time. Like, nigga, you done brought this shit to my doorstep. Y'all was sneaking doing everything else. You should have snuck and shot that motherfucker too. Why the fuck you had to come over here and do it in front of me and shoot me in the process? You lucky I'm still alive. This shit don't make no damn sense. Bitch. And the whole time you talking about you wanted to off yourself. I just don't want to hurt nobody. I just wanted to hurt me. I wrote a letter to my kids, my family, left my son some money. You did all of this for this. All of that. And now you going to jail? I bet you wish you would have saved one of them bullets for yourself. Not to mention, y'all, when the police came, this bitch still sitting there. Still sitting there. Wife telling her, get the fuck home. Bitch, like, why are you still sitting here? Bitch sat there. Bitch sat there and reloaded the gun, y'all. I can't make this shit up. She was reloading. I'm still trying to hear the whole story about how she ended up getting shot because I feel like I heard somebody on one of these stories say that the cop or one of the cops had to shoot her. I don't know if that was when they had her at the hospital or if they had her, it had to be when they first pulled up. But yeah, I heard that the cop shot her too. All three of their asses got shot. What a triangle. What the fuck? Suicide triangle. Maybe that should be the name of it. I don't know, y'all. Help me out. What y'all think I should name this shit? I can always change the title.